Hello, in this vlog I want to talk about buying into ecosystems. Now you may be a Windows Phone user, you may be a BlackBerry user, you may be an Android user. But do you feel that you're having to buy into an ecosystem? And what I mean by that is if you buy your smartphone, be it an Android, Windows Phone or BlackBerry, if you then want a tablet, do you feel you have to buy a tablet with that operating system on it? So I personally have an Android phone, I have an Android tablet. A lot of people have a BlackBerry smartphone and a lot of people then have a BlackBerry Playbook. And by buying the two, they kind of tend to work in unison. And that has many benefits for you because the setup is similar, the way you interact with your device is similar, and it just makes for an overall better user experience for you. However, the downside is that you might not necessarily get the best product for your money. And you may be influenced to stay with that platform for the ease of use over the actual long-term benefits that you might get with opting for different hardware. But it becomes a very tricky situation and a difficult decision to make because at the end of the day, we want things to be simple. We want to get up and running easily, we want to get using it, and we want to benefit personally. But if you went for a BlackBerry Playbook with an Android smartphone, you can't really use them together. They don't sync in the same way, there's no harmony. You could have the Microsoft Surface tablet and you could have an Android smartphone. But again, whilst there are means for connecting the two through cloud services, you don't have the same harmony there as you would between an Android smartphone and an Android tablet. So you end up buying into this whole ecosystem. And then do you find that in your home, it sort of expands even further. Your mobile devices is one thing, but now you start considering your television. So Samsung use All-Sharecast to wirelessly transmit content from their mobile devices to a television screen. Now that's a great wireless technology. It's built into the Samsung televisions, but if you're using a Panasonic, an LG or a Sony television, you need a dongle attached to it or you need to use an actual wired connection. Now some of the televisions use DLNA and that's still an option for some people, but we're starting to see this emergence of other technologies. So the All-Sharecast from Samsung, we've seen on the LG Nexus 4 that they're using Miracast technology, which is built into their LG televisions, and yes, some other manufacturers may be adopting that technology, but all in all there seems to be this lack of unison across all the products. And that's a downside for you as a consumer because you can't just necessarily pick up your LG and start simply using it with your Samsung television. There are ways and means of doing so, but really we want it to be as simple as possible. Now of course manufacturers are not going to necessarily buy into each other's systems because it limits their focus, it limits the innovation, and it starts tying them into other manufacturers, which of course you don't want to be reliant upon when you're in a business. But it then starts to influence your decision of when you buy your television. If you've got your Samsung mobile and your Samsung tablet, it's quite likely you're going to buy a Samsung telly now to sort of fit in, to use the All-Sharecast technology, and also because you've now been molded by that brand. And that's exactly what the manufacturers want. And to you as an individual, that could actually be a good thing because you get that simple synergy. But if you think about the way that you purchase a lot of your technology products, you may swap your smartphone every 12 to 24 months and the tablet in the same form. But your television, I'd imagine it's quite likely that you don't change that quite so often. Most people would probably change theirs every 5 to 10 years, because if the telly works, unless there's a revolutionary new technology that's come out, it's a much more expensive acquisition to make. So it's an interesting one. I personally, as yet, haven't bought into the whole ecosystem sort of model. Have you? Have you changed all your mobile devices to fit your television or vice versa? Do you see this as a way forward? Do you see a benefit to using all Samsung products or all LG products? Or do you see it as a bit of a negative? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, so let me know.